All right, everyone. Welcome to 3D Rivals, the podcast where we talk about movies and comics and everything in between. My name is DJ, also known as... Excuse me. I'll do that again because I had to burp. Or I just leave that cut in. I'm also known as DJ Shadow. Today I am joined with my siblings, Derek.
What's going on?
And my sister, whose this week's name is...
Dora.
Dora? Like Dora the Explorer?
Explorer.
Okay, Dora the Explorer. All right, so this week we'll be talking about the Lego movie, the first one, so we can kind of all get caught up on, as in next week, the second Lego movie is coming out, which is a nice movie made by Warner Brothers, and one of the many good movies that they put out. So, first, of course, we'll start with the news, and I got some interesting news. Let's talk about PETA. That's always fun, right?
The pet people?
Yeah, the pet people.
Okay, what's going on
PETA?
with them?
Okay.
Yeah, PETA. So, they sent Pixar a letter about Bo Peep in the new Toy Story 4 movie because she still is carrying around a crook, which is cruel. So they were saying they think that Pixar should change that to highlight the advancement of Bo Peep and not using a crook against sheep, since that is, animal cruelty. Which I'm like, yes, using a crook on sheep, I'm pretty sure we don't do anymore. That is cruel. But come on now.
Oh, okay.
It's a toy.
Right. I'm like,
And it's not like there's a kid growing up wanting to be a shepherd or shepherdess. Is that what the female shepherd is called? Who knows?
I think it's just called a shepherd.
I don't know. Who cares?
It may be a word for that.
I think it's shepherdess.
How come a shepherd can't be unisex? I don't understand. It's not like shepherd doesn't scream male. Like...
Darren, everything screams male, don't you know?
Okay. All right. Well, anyhow, I'm just saying, PETA, come on. This is a little
But isn't
much.
these the same people who complained about animals crackers because the animals were behind bars on a box?
Oh, yeah. Well, aren't they usually like circus animals or something?
Well, they changed the box because of PETA, although they don't have a problem with people eating the animal crackers, just with them being in cages.
Listen, like, how about you go talk to the circus and not the people who make crackers? Like, I think you're aiming at the wrong group of people here. Like, yeah, like you're saying, okay, Bo Peep is a toy, and she's pretty old toy at that, so she has a crook. I don't think kids watching this movie is going to go get a crook and then hook a sheep's neck, or like nobody's going to do that. Like, oh yeah, this is how we treat sheep. No, like it's a toy. Leave it alone. Good Lord. So
I'm gonna go on record and say I really can't stand PETA, but
I don't think
Right,
anybody
though?
can. They made a video game going after Pokemon and how cruel it is.
Y'all, a female
Pokemon
shepherd is called a
Black and
shepherdess.
Huh?
it is called shepherdess.
It's called shepherdess.
You really looked this up?
I didn't know if I was just making up words or not.
Okay. Fine, a shepherdess. If we really want to be equal, how about we all have the same word for all of our professions?
Aaron, we really don't want to be equal. That's the point.
So that was interesting. Next bit of news that we got. Netflix is under a bit of fire for Bird Box because it showed real disaster footage from a disaster that happened in Canada. And so Canadian government's asking them to take the footage out of the movie, which I can kind of understand. I mean, it's kind of like we have a movie made nothing to do with 9/11. It just shows the footage from it as part of the disaster in the movie or something like that. That's
Okay.
a little bit insensitive. Now Netflix owns it, like they bought it from like stock footage information, so they got the footage legitimately for the movie. But they like laid it out. It's like, okay, so what if we have one of our residents who family members was in this disaster and they're watching this movie and they have to relive it? I'm like, yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
I'm on the fence about that.
I guess you have to be a little sensitive about that.
I feel like every show does that, though, don't they?
Yeah.
I think they use... This is my first time of them actually... me hearing of them using real life footage. Usually, if there's a real life footage being used... But
they're talking about the real life thing.
Yeah, they say it.
Or the movie, like Dora was saying, the movie is about that specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you see disaster footage about Katrina, usually it's about Katrina, So I don't know. I didn't watch Bird Box, so I don't know exactly what footage they're talking about. Apparently it was like a train that derailed or something like that. I don't know in what context they used it in the movie. So
I don't remember that, but I didn't get far. So
yeah, so I mean, it could go either way. I would say, depending on in what context the footage was used. I would say, yeah. Well,
I mean, I can see how that can be insensitive.
Yeah, you have to be careful with things like that, like that when it comes to like traumatizing events and stuff.
But see, then I really kind of feel like, but then don't we do that anyways? Like every year we talk about 9/11, and I just feel like, why are we talking about this every year? No one's going to forget,
right?
Yeah,
so it's not like the same thing.
People have complained about that too, though.
Yes, continuously showing the buildings being attacked and stuff on the news, and like people who lost family members and stuff in the building. Yeah, you don't want to bring, because like sometimes people can't move on if you continuously bring it up.
But how do you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right, next bit of news. The first screenings of Captain Marvel were done. Of course, no reviews can be put out yet. But a lot of people are saying it was a good movie, and apparently the cat steals the show.
Is it really? Or is it just a cat?
I don't know. Which I'm like, what do you mean the cat steals the show?
Well, the cat's supposed to be some kind of alien, isn't it? At least in the comic or something?
Spoilers for people who don't know. But in the comics, the cat's name is Chewie, which they didn't do in the movie, apparently, to stay separate from Star Wars. But yeah.
I just never knew.
Yeah. In the comics, the cat's not a real cat. It's an alien.
Oh, so maybe that's in the movie too?
Yeah, maybe it's an alien in the movie. Don't know.
Or it's probably just a cat.
You think it just does some funny stuff?
Right.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Wait, you never knew it was
really?
an alien?
Mm-mm.
Really? I just read this like 2 weeks ago. How do I know this and you don't?
I stopped looking at stuff for Captain Marvel because I wanted to wait till the movie came out.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not looking up any like spoiler information, but the cat thing was kind of, general Captain Marvel knowledge. But yeah, so hopefully that's shaping up to be good. That's one of the big movies of the year everybody's excited for. So I definitely hope that's a good movie. We'll see what happens.
I think it's going to be a good movie.
Yeah. It definitely looks like it's going to be good. And of course, Marvel's good at not spoiling anything in their trailers. So
very true
to them. Just want to see how it's going to pan out. And I've been waiting for Captain Marvel for a long time. because after I watched the Avengers cartoon, like when Captain Marvel came there, I'm like, oh, I want to see a movie with Captain Marvel, and we finally getting it, so I'm happy about that. All right, so 2019 has had its first box office bomb for a big movie, and guess what movie that is?
What came out?
I don't. Right.
Glass?
It's a Fox movie, and no, it's not Glass. Glass is actually making money.
Okay.
It is. You guys probably never even heard of this. The Kid Who Would Be King, made by Fox.
Oh, is that King Arthur thing?
Yeah, like
I mean,
King Arthur.
who thought that
movie
was going to be interesting?
I don't know.
It looks stupid.
It hasn't
It
come
looks
out.
horrible.
It looks real dumb. I watched the trailer for it. I was like, this looks dumb. It hasn't come out in Europe though, so maybe it will do well in Europe.
I doubt it.
Europe's not one of the big box offices,
I doubt it.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they always go after the
I'm
US
sorry. They
and
thought that was
China.
supposed to be. Right.
If you got a hope on all of that, maybe you should not film your movie. Maybe you shouldn't be domestic and just send it overseas.
I mean, so at the time of me getting this information, it was $10 million currently worldwide, I believe.
Whoa.
They haven't made enough money to pay the extras.
Yeah. Not doing well at all.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know, like, where
How much did they spend making this? I mean, honestly, from the trailers, it looked awful. And then I'm like, do we need another King Arthur movie?
No.
Like, real talk.
Just stick me with the Disney Sword and the Stone, and I'm good.
It's just, whoever thought that was going to make money, they were stupid.
All right. Let me look up the Kid Who Would Be King box office. Oh,
Why are you taking so long to Google this?
It went up because I'm trying not to make noise on the mic. Yeah. Jeez, this is horrible. It says it could lose $50 million.
Wow.
But it went up against Glass. That's the problem.
I should have known that.
It could have went up by itself.
Yeah.
Watch that.
Yeah,
It's
so
not even the same audience.
no,
You said the audience.
it's not the
It's
same.
not, I mean, Glass, the people seeing Glass is not going to go see this movie. So,
Right.
yeah, that wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But domestic box office $10 million, and the foreign box office is currently $3 million.
Yeah, they lost money. Mm-hmm. They're not making money on that.
Yeah, I don't know how
No.
much they spent on it, but I mean, you spent more than $13 million.
I was about to say it's more than what they made.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
lot more.
CGI in that. If you've seen a trailer,
Yeah.
and CGI spells big budget, just saying. So I'm sorry, Kid Who Would Be King, but I guess you're not going to be king this year.
Yeah. Doo doo.
So horrible. I'm sorry, but yeah, it didn't look good at all. Not at all.
Oh. $59 million, if Wikipedia is correct.
Okay. Now, they do say for marketing, you generally double the budget, around double it. So $120 million.
Ain't getting that.
Yeah. Oh, I can see it. So if they're projecting that it's going to lose 50 million, then, you know, it's only making 70 million worldwide. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad. The movie's opening weekend is 100 million. Like, oh, that's so bad. Oh, man. I'm sorry.
And it's been out for 2 weeks, right?
I think so. Released January 25th. No, so it's been out for a week.
Okay.
2 weekends, though.
Good.
So that's 2 weekends. That's bad. First bomb of the year. We will cover the bombs of the year. I think we should do, end of the year best and worst movies.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a good contender for the worst movie.
we would have to remember it because when it's bad in worse movies, we tend not to even remember.
Yeah, I'll
Gotta
have to
write it
look
down.
up the list or something, or write it down. Yeah. All right. Next up on our news, Universal Studios is making The Invisible Man still. So the question is, are they still trying to do their dark universe?
Wait, The Invisible Man, like the book?
I don't know if it's going to be based off the book.
Or no?
I don't know. But they're doing an Invisible Man movie. Originally it was supposed to be a part of that whole The Mummy and Dr. Jekyll and all
Right.
of that.
How is that a universe?
It's not really, but
They said that it was going to be one.
yeah, they were.
That they
You can't
wanted it
just
to
mix-
be one.
All in a universe? That makes no sense. And they were gonna team up at the end or something?
Everybody said The Mummy was horrible, so I didn't think they were going to go through with everything else.
Yeah, I thought The Mummy killed it, but we'll see. Maybe they're starting over and they're going to keep trying to do this dark universe. They had an opening logo and everything.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Everything doesn't need a universe.
That's the thing now.
So you know how Universal
Okay.
has the little Earth and it has Universal going across it, right?
Yeah.
So, instead of Universal, it had Dark Universe going across the globe.
Who thought of that?
I don't know, because I'm like, nothing else does this. I guess Marvel has this little page flippy thing.
Well, but that's cool though. Whoever marketing genius came up with that should be fired. Oh.
I don't know. So there is a Birds of Prey teaser trailer. I don't know. This is out next year. I don't know if this is too early for a trailer or not. I feel like DC always released their trailers really early.
Yeah, but I mean, with a teaser trailer, it really doesn't show anything, though.
That's true.
Yeah, it doesn't show anything. I still don't understand why Harley Quinn is a part of the Birds of Prey, but whatever.
Because she's the popular character. You know?
So what?
You need that Margot Robbie draw, okay?
Yeah.
You don't.
Look, they're using...
People went to see Iron Man.
People did go see the Iron Man, and nobody
It was neither popular. Thank you.
Wait, you mean Gwyneth Paltrow wasn't enough to draw people to that movie?
Crazy, right?
Yeah. But it's not even real legitimately the Birds of Prey, because it's Black Canary Huntress and Harley Quinn with Renee Montoya, when it's actually supposed to be Batgirl, Black Canary and Huntress. And it's not even really Batgirl. It's supposed to be Barbara Gordon in the wheelchair because she got shot by the Joker.
I feel like you could definitely introduce that character, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah, because this is supposed to be after Robin already died. So,
Yep.
Batman's older. So, yeah, you could already have her in a wheelchair. Maybe they will, though. We don't know. They could.
This is just weird that DC is doing this, because these movies are supposed to be connected to the DC universe, and it's just this is outside of that almost, but they still use the same characters. It's weird.
Everything DC does is weird.
I thought it was connected. It's not connected?
He's saying it is, but it doesn't make any sense if it's supposed to be connected.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I think DC needs to do more singular movies. They're doing a lot of these team up movies, and I feel like they should do a lot more.
Read their own comic books. Is what they need to do.
Yeah, you could do a Harley Quinn movie if you want. I don't know. A Batgirl movie. If you wanted to step outside the box and do something original, okay, do that.
I'll be down for a Batgirl movie, especially if they did Cassandra Cain and followed that storyline. That would be a dope movie.
Man, it would even be dope if they did Barbara Gordon and do like loosely of the story of when she gets paralyzed by the Joker. Like, I think that would be dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know neither of those people's storylines, but sure, sounds interesting.
Good job, Dora.
Yeah.
Yep.
All I know is in DC, Joker has done a whole bunch of crazy stuff to just about everybody.
I still, even though this, can't be connected to the universe, I want to see an Injustice movie.
Man, that'd be, yeah.
That'd be so good.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the DC universe, so Ben Affleck quit.
Okay, not surprising.
Yep.
So who we gonna get?
For a while now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that whole off and on, is he Batman, is he not Batman type of deal, which is like, he didn't want to do Batman anymore, really, so he should have quit a while ago. But, yeah, he's done.
Nah, they gotta find a new Batman.
Yeah.
It really shouldn't be that hard, y'all.
And apparently they're not doing anything with Superman series,
Batman.
so I guess Henry Cavill's out.
This is such a disaster.
It is. It's like you couldn't even get people signed on to do multiple movies.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Here's my thing about the Superman. I agree with, like, not doing any solo movies for him for a while, because we've been,
Well, I mean, I felt that was too soon, because the Batman movies with Christopher Nolan just ended.
Yeah. So, I think, like, but with Superman, just like you had Batman cameo in Suicide Squad, I think it would have been good to have him cameo in some movies, especially movies like Shazam. That's like a regular cameo for Superman, right?
I feel like, I don't know, but I kind of think like we could have went a couple of years without Superman and Batman. If they really wanted to create a universe, that there was enough characters, if there were good enough movies, where we could have gotten 4 years of DC movies without neither one of those two.
I guess we're getting that now.
And I think it'd have been okay. Well, that's because they don't have a choice now.
True. More on DC. Director Patty Jenkins is on board for Wonder Woman 3. So that's happening, and she's going to direct again. She says this time is not going to be a period piece.
Meaning it's going to take place in the modern day?
Yeah, because the second movie is in 1984.
Right.
I don't really care about that, but all right.
I mean, Wonder Woman needs to do something in the
I don't care
modern
what
day.
decade Wonder Woman comes from. It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, because she can't keep doing stuff in the past because it kind of contradicts Batman v Superman, where she was like not doing anything for 100 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I don't remember this conversation, but all right.
I don't think they thought that one through.
well, remember, it was
They
like
ever?
she said she gave up on man, and they kind of put it in the first Wonder Woman movie that she did because of the First World War.
Yeah.
So now we have a movie in 1984 where she returned to being Wonder Woman. And
Okay. All right, I got it.
And then it's like, I mean, we haven't seen the movie yet, but I want to see how they play it off. Where like, how does nobody know who Wonder Woman is, or never heard of Wonder Woman into modern day, which doesn't seem like it makes sense.
It doesn't.
But they may put it together in the second movie, so we don't know. Speaking of their track, Aquaman. It has passed The Dark Knight Rises and Toy Story 3 in box office total. And it is set to pass, as of the time of me getting this information, Captain America Civil War.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to talk about this movie anymore. I don't.
It's no way, man.
It is making
There's no
lot
way.
of money. It's making a lot of money. And I'm torn, and I feel like we talk about this every time. I'm torn because I'm glad that we have a DC movie that's doing well. But on the other hand, this movie should not be doing as well as it is. It's a decent movie. It should be making money. But to be making more money than the Dark Knight trilogy is insane.
It ain't no way, because the Dark Knight trilogy is like one of the best trilogies out there.
Yeah, and I know Toy Story 3 is not like a comparison movie, but it passed it in total box office. Toy Story 3 was in the top 25 movies of all time, so it passed it. For it to do that, it's like, is it that good of a movie? I don't think it's that
It is
good
not.
of a movie.
It's not.
And it's definitely not better than Civil War.
Wow.
I mean, forget that. It's definitely not better than The Dark Knight.
No.
I mean,
None of the three movies is not.
yeah, it might be better than Batman Begins. That one was okay.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope.
But, man, that's... So, my problem, as we mention all the time with this, is because it's doing so well, I don't see the studio fixing the issues they have in their movies, because Aquaman definitely still has some major issues. And
It's definitely going to be an Aquaman 2 now.
well, yeah. And hopefully, I just hope they fix the issues. That's all I'm saying. If they fix the issues, then they got something good going. But I know there's going to be a lot of haters and people who are angry and that thinks Aquaman is the best movie in the world and it deserves this. But personally, I don't think it deserves what it has right now.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a 6 out of 10 movie. There's no way it makes that much money. Okay, so Lego Movie 2 has their Rotten Tomatoes scores out. And currently it's sitting at a 92% positive ratings. And the score that most critics are getting it is an average of 7.3 out of 10.
That sounds about right. To me, the trailer did not seem that interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, 7.3 is good. I mean, like, how many movies are going to be 8 and 9 out of 10? I mean,
Yeah, but 8 or 9 makes it great. 7 just makes it like, okay, it's cool.
6 is okay.
Yeah.
7 is good.
7 is good.
8 is great.
7 is a reasonable. I may rewatch this.
Yeah. So here's how I feel the ratings are: 6 is okay, 7 is good, 8 is great, 9 and 10 is outstanding.
Okay. I guess I can agree with that.
You put some thought into this.
Well, I'm just
All right.
saying, like, I mean, you can expect any movie to have 9 and 10, like, because that's nearly perfect, and you're not going to have a nearly perfect movie.
I feel like I can list a lot of 9 and 10 movies.
Okay, list one.
Okay.
Jurassic Park. Damn.
No. 8.
No, what? Jurassic Park's not a 9?
No.
Ooh. Lies you be telling.
No.
Jurassic Park's a 9 for sure.
It's not a 9 because of deviation from the book.
What?
Yep, I'm gonna throw
The
that
book.
out
Okay,
there.
look.
I'm gonna throw that out there.
The book was a lot better. I'm gonna give you that. But it was still a great movie.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I know. I said 8. 8 is great.
Whatever.
But yeah, so anyhow, it seems like the Lego Movie 2 is shaping up to be well. I think a lot of them were saying it's not as good as the first movie, but still really
It can't be as good as the first one.
Yeah. And
Like the first one was like unexpectedly good.
definitely. Because I remember they announced it, Lego Movie, and I'm sitting like, okay, so what are you gonna do?
Right, that was my whole thought on it. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
it's the Lego Movie. I'm like, there's tons of Legos. Like, where are you going with this?
And they use a lot of them.
They did.
And shout out to them having. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna talk about this later. But shout out to them having Star Wars Legos in this movie. Considering this is a Warner Brothers property.
But it's also a Lego thing, and Lego owns everything.
Well,
Yeah.
they have the licenses for everything.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you give Lego a license to use your property?
Mm-hmm. That's why they can come out with so many video games.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's talk about how well they do in the video game area. Like, they started with
But the
Lego
video
Star
games are
Wars.
fun.
Yeah,
It is fun.
Yeah. They're entertaining.
so interesting. I still have a Lego Jurassic World. I gotta play through that.
Me too. I'm still on movie number 1.
Yeah,
It has all 4 of them.
yeah, it's Jurassic World.
It came out before
and
the last
1,
one.
2, and 3. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Oh, so that is 4, isn't it? Yeah, the movies there were.
yep. We can count. We're adults. So yeah, that's good for the Lego Movie 2. Continue talking about Warner Brothers. I keep on saying this. I don't know what the deal is with Warner Brothers
Told you.
and them doing video games and toys and all that movies, but I guess they do well at it. So maybe I should stop being confused by this. But they are doing a Funko Pop movie.
Oh, who?
The vinyl
What's Funko Pop?
figurines. You know those vinyl figurines.
Oh, I
with the
saw a
big heads?
Batman one. I wanted to buy.
Yeah. So
I wanted to get one of those. They're like $10.
yeah, they're real. They're collector's items. People like really go after that. Maybe we should give some away or something.
Oh, so should I buy it though? It was super cheap.
They're always $10. That's the regular price, I think.
$10 is cheap.
Yeah. So they're doing that, which I'm like, I have no idea what kind of movie you're going to make about Funko Pop, but we just said that about Lego, right? So
You trying it?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's if they want to do it, that's what they're doing. Also, they're working on a Hot Wheels movie,
Really?
which I'm like, what is this going
Ow.
to be? The toy of Fast and Furious?
Basically. It's going to be a mix between Cars and Fast and Furious. No one wants that.
Yeah, because you can't have people in the Hot Wheels movie, right? Because Hot Wheels don't have people.
I'm yawning on because that's just wow.
That's stupid.
But this is the same studio that came out with the Lego movie. So, hey.
Okay.
Maybe they're
Alright.
doing all these movies because they have a real plan. But this is like the 5th movie that I've read about that Warner Brothers is doing. Because what did we mention? They're doing the Pikachu movie, right? Coming out this
Yep.
summer. They said they're doing a Minecraft movie.
Yep.
Funko Pop, Hot Wheels. Are they the ones doing Barbie?
I
I
don't
was going to ask you
remember.
that. I don't know.
They have to be because Mattel didn't give one to one studio and the other to another one. Well, they might have, but it's got to be Warner Brothers.
This is crazy. So what? Are we gonna have Hot Wheels versus Matchbox?
That's so stupid.
But watch they come out with this movie and it be on point though. What?
Right.
I'm not interested.
Then we're gonna
in
go
Hot
back to
Wheels.
this episode like, man, I can't believe we said that.
Right. I mean, like, I'm not interested in a Hot Wheels movie, but I guess I don't know. Like, what kind of movie can you make about Hot Wheels? Are they going to be toys? Is this going to be our next Toy Story? I thought the Lego movie was our rival Toy Story, right? Technically.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't rival it, but you know, it's another studio doing toy movie.
I don't know how they're gonna make that work.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Warner Brothers is pulling out of his hat in the coming years. We'll see how they're doing. But let's get into our main topic. So, the Warner Brothers movies of the month, Lego. And next week we got the second one coming out. We already went over. It's doing pretty well as far as the critics say. What do you guys think about the first movie, though?
Oh, this was my first time re-watching it since I've seen it in the theaters. And I didn't really enjoy it the second time around. And I might be the only one who believes this. I like Lego Batman better.
Okay. All right. I only saw Lego Batman in the theater, and this is my first time rewatching Lego outside. But being that Lego is the latest one that I saw, I feel like it's better than Lego Batman, but then again, I could be wrong. I remember Lego Batman being really funny, so I'm not sure.
I can say I probably rewatched Lego Batman like 5 times.
Okay.
At this,
Okay.
So
like, I've
Dora
seen it
really
a
liked
lot.
Lego Batman. Wow, okay.
I did.
Not the movie I saw. I would.
And I don't know. I wasn't filming it.
All right.
Is it because you like Batman?
It's got
Maybe. But I thought it was funny. And, like, honestly, I didn't finish watching the Lego movie. I was watching it yesterday, and I didn't finish it.
Okay, I finished it today. I had a hard time watching it because at first my kid did not want to watch the movie because he's weird. But well, he's 2, so I guess he didn't find it interesting at first. So even when I thought like when they started singing everything was awesome, he was going to be like, "Oh yeah, this is great." He just walked out of the room. I was like, "No, I'm going to go play with my toys." And I'm like, "Wait, okay, all right then, I guess." But I did really enjoy it this time watching it again. I thought it was a lot of funny moments.
I can't, the Everything Awesome song. I can't deal with it.
What?
Nope.
That is the best song ever.
No.
Did you hear everybody in Legoland?
Yeah, everything is awesome.
I find the song very catchy.
Work as a team. Everything is awesome. Oh.
When you live in a dream.
I mean, come on. That's better than Let It Snow.
Oh. I still have not seen that movie or heard that song, so let's leave it like that.
Me too. Haven't watched it. It's a world in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, you gonna know that song now?
Yep. Because that's gonna be the world you're gonna be stuck on and can't beat.
Nah, man.
Kudos for them finally dropping Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, side note, I know we're
15 years later.
But yeah. I remember when PS3 came out and they said, yes, Kingdom Hearts 3 will be coming out on this system. What lies you told me? Young me never got to play Kingdom Hearts 3. How dare they? Now, as a 30-year-old,
right.
I get to play.
Yeah, because it took that long.
Okay, back to Lego.
Yes.
One thing I do give them props for is the animation in this movie. Like, man, it's just really on point.
Mm-hmm.
Very creative to make it like, you know, they could have made their Legos really bendy and just make an animated movie with people Lego shaped. But no, they kept it real and it was like, no, everything's Lego. The water's Lego. The fire's Lego pieces. Everything is, and they move like real Lego. Like, that was That was
Yeah.
the point.
I like that. I like that aspect of the movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was watching it, that was like one of the first things. Like, I do like how they did it. Like, he's taking a shower and there's blue Lego pieces falling out, and I like that was kind of cool. And I like the, but even like some of the other stuff too, where it was like that human aspect of it, you know, Q-tip and nail polish and stuff. It's like all that stuff you did as a kid with your Legos was thrown in there,
Yeah.
which I thought was a nice touch.
Yeah, like Morgan Freeman's character was holding a half-eaten sucker.
Yeah.
Which I did not realize the first time I watched the movie.
I just remember.
I noticed it yesterday. I was like, oh, it's a half-eaten sucker.
Yes.
Come on, you can't say that Morgan Freeman's part wasn't funny, man. I just remember when, so he was dying and he was like, "Come closer. This next part is going to be real important. It's going to change the way you see the universe." Ugh. And then he comes back as a ghost, and he was like, "I'm the ghost of what's her name?" Woo.
Yeah.
This movie was funny. I don't care what you guys say.
It was. I mean, I'm not even going. I'm not going to lie about that. It was.
Yeah, and the actors did really well. Chris Pratt and Elizabeth Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did really well. And then we got my dude as Batman. What's his name?
Will Arnett.
Yeah, Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
Yes, perfect. Love that guy. He's hilarious. So, yeah, like, oh, one more thing about the animation, like, even down to the detail, like, they scanned actual Lego bricks so they could put it in. So that's why, like, some of the Lego bricks had scratches and fingerprints and stuff on it, like it had been played with in the past, which kind of adds to the realism. And that's, like, one of those things where it's like, you don't have to do it, but doing it, even though the audience isn't going to notice those little details, kind of adds to the immersion without us even knowing about it.
Yep, it does.
Yeah, so
I like that.
Yeah. Soundtrack, I think, was great. I know you don't like Everything Was Awesome, but everything's awesome.
I was like, is there more than what other song is on the soundtrack besides Everything Is Awesome?
I think it's just, you know, music, and then you have a Batman song.
I like Batman's song.
He was like, "Oh, this is the song I made, Darkness." He's like, "It's about me being an orphan, no parents." All right, so as everyone can tell, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
While the other two probably didn't, but yeah.
I mean, I think for me, if I was like younger, I probably would enjoy it more. But it's like being an adult, I'm just like, okay, because it's not like I'm sitting up playing with Legos now.
I would.
True. We know.
You saw Will Ferrell in the movie. I'll be that parent too. Like, look, I got my whole Lego city here. It's together.
Like, don't touch them. Don't touch the Legos.
It's like it says 8 to 14. That's just a suggestion.
It is just a suggestion.
Now the box says now what, 0 to 99 or something now?
It probably does.
It's 0 to 99.
Because everyone plays with Lego.
It's silly for that.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna go out and buy myself a box of Legos, but when my son has some, you better believe we putting up some Legos. This is some good stuff.
Darren know he wants to buy some Legos.
You know he does.
I wanted some Lego Architects.
Ooh, I thought. Oh no, that was somebody else. I was gonna go halfies on. Never mind.
Oh,
I wanted to get some.
they're expensive, but these are the
Yeah, they're $100.
yeah, they're the uncolorful real building Lego sets. So what else about the Lego movie? All right, so we talked about that story. I thought writing in the story was pretty good.
Yes, I will. I give that a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie. I just like the other one better.
The other Lego one, the Lego Batman one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's surprising. You know how we were just talking about like, oh, we didn't know what kind of story they could come up with this, and this was not the route I would have thought they would have went with the movie.
No. And to add the realness to it.
Yeah.
So it was like the Lego world was fake, but you know, you have the real life. I thought that was pretty good and an interesting twist to the plot.
Yeah, because the whole movie is taking place in this kid's imagination.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice touch, nice little twitch to it at the end. Like, this is like people playing with Legos and doesn't want his son to mess up his perfect city. And the kid's like going around just doing whatever he wants to do. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And can I say,
I agree.
Don't ever put super glue on your Legos. What's wrong with you people?
Yeah. What was they calling it?
The
Craggle?
Because it was crazy
Craggle?
glue,
Oh, the Craggle.
Right, but it was faded and half used.
Yeah, so part of it was scratched off so it looked like Craggle instead of crazy glue. The Craggle. On Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, Will Ferrell perfect in that part.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So good movie. I say thumbs up for this. Definitely, I give it.
I think the second one will make money.
Oh, it's going to make money.
It's definitely made. Lego Batman made money, didn't it?
Yeah, I believe it did.
It made money from Dora.
Yes,
You only get charged once. See, if I said it, watched it 5 times.
Mm-hmm. Same day.
Y'all stupid. No, I bought the movie. Like, honestly, which is weird because I don't buy movies.
You bought the. I didn't even buy the Lego movie.
Wow.
On Lego Batman.
I'm surprised.
I know, right? And it wasn't even on sale.
Whoa. It's because it was Batman.
It's definitely because it was Batman. You don't even have a kid. I have a kid and I don't own these movies.
What? First of all, whatever.
He appreciate it. Oh, wait.
Children's movies, so don't even do that. I own 2 children's movies, and one of them don't even count.
Which one is that? Lion King?
Lion King?
Yeah, The Lion King. The Lion King don't count.
Oh, okay.
You have a right to own that.
Sure, yes. Every adult has the right to own Lion King. Except for the new one that comes out. Is that hashtag not your Lion King?
Not y'all.
I'm watching it.
Man, I know I'm going to go see it, but I'm going to be mad the entire time.
It's gonna be the same movie. It's just
they're gonna find a way to ruin it.
They changed it. All these movies has been changed so far, so it's gonna be something different.
They're gonna find a way to ruin it, and I'm gonna blame Donald Glover because I don't like him.
You don't like Donald Glover? Oh my gosh!
No, he is so overrated to me. I don't.
Yeah.
Although I will. Oh no, sorry, different person. Never mind.
wow.
Was it another black person? Are you being racist?
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, oh, I do like that song he got out now, but nope, that wasn't him.
What? The Childish Gambino? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, no, I don't like his music either. But I was like, oh, I do like that one song by him. But then I realized I was thinking of a different artist.
This is America.
I don't like This Is America.
This is America.
I like that song. What is your whipping now? But is you whipping now?
All right, let's not get copyright striked here.
Right. My bad.
So, Lego Movie, I think it's really, really, really good. Definitely go see the second one. I'm not taking my child to go see it because I can't bring a 2-year-old in the theater. Maybe next year he'll be old enough to go. But besides that, yeah. So we'll talk about Lego Movie 2 next week. But let's move on to our famous section. I'm going to call it famous. What you doing? So this week,
Am I first?
Yeah, Dora, what you doing?
Okay, so first thing, I watched this documentary. There's one on Hulu and one on Netflix. I watched the one on Hulu. I'll watch the Netflix one later about the Fire Festival. Y'all heard of this?
No.
It happened
Yeah.
last year or 2 years ago.
Yep.
And it's about this guy. First of all, this dude doesn't look legit at all.
He doesn't.
And he decided he was going to create this festival in the Bahamas, but it was just all made up. And they got all these rich people to go down here, and it was like nothing there. And it was weird, like watching it, and it made me hate millennials. And I know I am one, but I just don't understand how you let social media rule your life like this.
Yep.
It was just so
what
strange.
happened? I'm confused because I don't
So
know anything about
okay, so no, we won't because we're not rich. And so, no, legit, because we're not rich.
Yeah, we wouldn't have known about it.
No, about this. And so this guy, he was like, basically, everything he did was just fraud. Like, he created a fake black card. It was the black card for millennials who didn't have money. And it's just basically a black credit card. And he was saying, like, he got all these investors and stuff, and he didn't. Said he had, like, 100,000 people signed up for it, and he didn't. Then I'm like, who wants a fake black? I have a black credit card. I don't need a fake black card. That's just dumb. Yeah. And so, anyway, so he teamed up with Ja Rule, problem number one. And he was like, he was going to create this like all inclusive, thing. It was going to be like, Coachella and, was it Lollapalooza and all that stuff. But only the richest of the rich get to go there. Only the people in their 20s and the early 30s get to be there. And it was like, the thing was, he was in the middle of nowhere. He couldn't do it, didn't have the money. So then when he was running out of money, he started selling fake villas for like $25,000 a pop, $50,000. And people was like, oh yeah. And so people were spending tons of money. And when they got there were tents, like literally white tents set up everywhere.
Yeah, they were FEMA. It was from FEMA. When the hurricane hit that area before, there were FEMA tents.
Musical artists, because
they were left there.
Yeah, it was just so weird. So at first he had articles, he got like, Kylie Jenner to promote this thing on social media and all these other people they call influencers. So that if some random person said, this is cool, everyone thinks it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing is, he wasn't paying the artists. The artists are like, I'm not going to come to something you ain't paying me for. So there was no music, none of these villas. He said there's supposed to be yachts and secret treasure hunts. And it was just so weird. And what got me is at the same time, he's like sitting there and they catch him in all these lies. And they're like, he's like, I never lied to you once. And so they mentioned like the 5 times he lied and he just sat there blinking like nothing, like legit silence. And I'm like, seriously? And I don't even think the dude's going to jail for this. Like,
right. Yeah. I don't think he is.
That kind of fraud and not go to jail. Let me go downstairs and steal some gum. Y'all won't see me for 10 years.
Yeah.
But it was just, the whole thing just made me hate people my age. Because it was just like, part of it was like, you got what you deserved for being just as stupid.
Yeah. It's funny because I watched that today, Dora. And I was just like, I was looking at it and I was just like, why would you believe this?
Yeah, and then when the guy starts saying like, this is a fraud, this is not real, it's not happening, and people went anyways. And like, because he actually had his people going around deleting accounts that was telling people that it wasn't real. And so you had these people like stranded in the Bahamas, sleeping in tents with air mattresses. Like, it was just so strange.
He couldn't even explain to them what the event was.
Right. Well, the whole thing was just so, it was like a bunch of flashy words, like
Yeah.
fancy and cool, but it never said what it really was.
Nope,
This is
never
the
said
event
it.
of like, what was it, 2017 or 2018? The event of the year is going to
Yep.
change the way you view the world, blah, blah,
Yep,
blah.
that's what he kept saying.
It was a big fat no.
Oh my god.
Kept saying, this is going to be the big event. This event is going to change the world. Everybody's going to be doing this. And people just like, okay, so what is it? He never
Yeah.
said it.
But what got me was that how, like, I can have one thing on this thing ever, and then everyone jumped on it.
Yeah.
You know, the guy was like, oh, this is a cashless event, so you got to load up your wristband. So that was more money he was getting from people.
Mm-hmm.
So weird.
Yeah.
All right. That seems interesting.
Yeah.
It was.
Check that out. Oh my gosh.
It was so, yeah. You watch it. It's a good watch, but it was like, it was strange.
Okay. Well, Derek, what you doing? Hopefully not making a fake festival.
No, I have not. I always wanted to read the Avengers versus X-Men storyline in Marvel Comics. So I took the time and I read it. It was okay. I should have known what the main thing was. Well, the plot. And basically what the plot was, the Phoenix Force was coming to Earth. And it was going to basically take over Hope Summers. Because I
Spoilers
guess,
for Avengers versus X-Men if you haven't read it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jean Grey is dead. So
Oh,
it's
for
coming
real?
for her. And
Okay.
they are afraid. You know, of course, the X-Men is like, okay, we'll just protect her. We'll help her to be able to deal with the powers or whatever. Avengers like, no, we need to kill her because she's going to destroy the Earth. So that was like the main premise.
Okay, was it
So-
Captain Marvel who said we need to kill her? Because I feel like it would be.
I thought it was Captain America, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Captain America.
That's out of left field.
Yeah, it was Captain America. Because the thing is that, of course, who comes and give the warning that basically the world is going to be destroyed?
Silver
Cable.
Surfer.
No, that's it. Good one. Good one. Cable came from the future.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Of course. Yeah, to warn them or whatever, or what happens. They end up fighting on the blue area of the moon. I forgot how they ended up there or something.
What's the blue area of the moon? Someone explain this to me.
I thought it was the dark side of the moon. It's called the blue area of the moon?
I think in Marvel it's called the blue area of the moon. I guess it's kind of like Asteroid M-ish. But instead of them being on an asteroid, they were on the moon. And they call it the blue area of the moon.
Like the Inhumans?
No, it's not the Inhumans at all. It was mutants with Magneto. So I guess he doesn't have Asteroid M anymore. You know, since we don't read comic books regularly, there's a lot of events that have happened.
Anyway.
Well, yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. So they got into a fight or whatever. I think it was like Thor and the X-Men and the Avengers or whatever. And they ended up breaking the Phoenix off into like 5 different shards. And they got into 5 different X-Men or mutants. And it was Cyclops, Magic, which is Colossus' sister. Colossus, Emma Frost, and Submariner.
This seems really weird, and I'm glad I never read this.
And So they go back to the Earth and basically, they say basically they improve the Earth or whatever in the east section of the Earth. They like their powers can't be unchecked and all of this. Now, this is what I found that was weird. They felt that if they train Hope to be able to harness the power, if they take it from the 5 members that have it and then let her get it, she'll be able to control it.
Wait, didn't
so
they
this is
stop
what
her from getting it in the first place?
Yeah, but this is what they agreed on.
Okay.
Well, some of them, because you still had the Avengers against it, but you had the X-Men. So this is how she got her training. She got her training by Spider-Man on Kung Long, so she can be an Iron Fist.
Right.
And by her being an Iron Fist, if she takes in the field to control it, that was their logic.
I thought you were going to
Okay.
say she trained in a hyperbolic time chamber.
No, it was Kung Long.
That's Dragon Ball Z. Sorry.
That is Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, so that was pretty out there. But the fights between the Avengers and X-Men, different characters, was pretty sweet. So the best fight was against Captain America and Gambit. Gambit
Captain America wins.
caught. Hi, what'd you say?
Captain America wins.
He does.
America wins. Yeah.
He does, but the fight was sweet. Captain America throws his shield at him, and Gambit catches it and kinetically charges it and throws it back at him.
Gambit
But, I
can't
mean-
catch Captain America's ship. Okay.
But, the shield doesn't blow up because of it being vibranium. I mean,
Is
antimanium.
that how is vibranium?
Vibranium, yes.
Is that how Gambit's powers work? I thought it would blow up anything.
None of
Vibranium
you the strongest.
is a
It's too special.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Nothing beats that.
But with them fighting or whatever, the sweetest move, and I'm like, how come Gambit doesn't do this all the time? He kinetically charged Captain America's suit. And it blew up. So Gambit thought he won, but I mean, Captain America is super strong. So Gambit thought he won and he turned his back on him, and Captain America got up and punched him, and that was it. It was out. But I just thought that move was so sweet. I'm like, right. If he could kinetically charge anything, dude, you could touch somebody's clothes.
It would kill people, and he's supposed to not
Yes.
kill people.
Well, yeah, that's right.
You always think that, I just blow your hand off. Huh?
Yeah, I can kinetically charge you. There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
But I thought that was a really sweet move.
All right.
That was the best.
interesting.
That was the best fight I thought out of everybody.
Okay, everyone.
Okay, don't tell us about any more comic books. Was the dumbest story I ever heard in my life.
Yeah, because the ending was they wished her and Scarlet Witch wished it away.
Okay. Okay. Why'd you tell me the end of this? What? They wished it away.
Yep. With Scarlet Witch powers.
Why don't we just use Scarlet Witch for everything?
Basically, that is the answer to all problems.
Yeah. In the Marvel universe, I'm starting to realize that. She either is the cause or the solution to all the problems.
See, this is why I kind of am agreeing with people when they say the DC comics are better than Marvel's. Because if you came out with this mess, this is
In a
an utter
movie?
mess.
It is. It was reading it. It was all over the place. Like just the reasoning for why everything was happening was just dumb. And it's like, okay, I understand the premise of like the Phoenix is coming to the Earth and is going to come to the nearest descendants of Jean Grey, which would be Hope Summers. And she gets out of control and they need to stop it, which I understand that part of it. I even understand where, okay, the X-Men like, no, you can't kill one of ours. And Avengers like, yeah, we do, because she's going to destroy the world. But it's like how they get to the end and all of that. That was dumb.
Yeah, okay. So, everyone calling for an Avengers versus X-Men movie? No. Just no.
I don't think Marvel would make it like that. Because if you think about it, a lot of the villains that are introduced in these Marvel Universe movies, if they go by the actual story, the movie would be horrible.
Well, like Civil War and Infinity War, completely different.
Yeah.
Comic book counterparts, but done very well for a movie.
Yeah. Well, the Civil War in the comic book was actually pretty good, though.
No, I read it. It wasn't.
I thought it was. I thought it was.
No. Parts of it, I mean, it wasn't as stupid as Avengers versus X-Men, but there were some pretty stupid parts in it.
I know. My next read was supposed to be X-Men versus the Inhumans, but I'm afraid now. So
I think I'm going to be Inhumans. Okay, I think it's going to be a lot of people like the Inhumans. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Come back. Don't unsubscribe or whatever. It's okay. But yeah, oh my gosh. No, okay. Well, this is why I watch the movies and don't read the comics. Although I was reading, what was I trying to get into? It was I think it was DC Comics though.
DC Comics stories are a lot better.
I was trying to see what was happening with Rebirth, I think. But
I
didn't finish it.
I haven't finished the Infinite Crisis, but dude, that is crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Apparently, they're going to be doing Crisis on Infinite Earths in the Warner Brothers TV shows.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. So the last crossover was pretty good. Usually the crossovers are. I liked it.
Yeah, they said the crossovers have been real.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, so here's what I was doing. So I got something not comic book related, kind of like Dora. So someone hit me to this Netflix documentary called Abducted in Plain Sight. And
what is it?
It's called Abducted in Plain Sight. And it's about a little girl who got kidnapped twice by the same person. Because
how does that happen?
Story?
Yes, this is a true story. The girl is actually an actress now, and she was in Iron Man 3.
As who?
I don't know. It was a small role. I'll have to look it up. But yeah. So this is just a crazy story. I'll go ahead and spoil it for if anyone hasn't watched it, but I implore you to go watch this because it's kind of insane. One, yes, it is sad because it was a little girl who was kidnapped and molested at a young age. However, when you hear the story around it, you will agree this is insane. Okay? So, it's this family and like a new couple and family moves into the neighborhood and they become friends. They're like best friends. They spend a lot of time together. And the guy is spending a lot of time with the family and the children, you know. And I mean, that's kind of normal. Like, my friend has kids, and like, if I'm over there and his kids are there, I'm going to be spending time with his kids because I have kids. So that's not out of the blue. But he was spending a lot of time with one of the girls. Her name was Jan. And like, he kind of, like, she got special favor with him. Like, he'll always want to do stuff with her. And the parents were like, yeah, you know, that worried us. But, you know, we were like, you know, oh, that's just him. You know, and these people, yes, it gets crazier. Don't worry. So this dude is like a master manipulator, right? Like, he's a master at it. he gets both of the parents to separately have an affair with him.
What?
So he has stuff on the parents. And it comes in handy later. It shouldn't come in handy, but it does. So one day he says, "Oh, I'm going to take Jan to go horseback riding." And it's like, okay, I guess that's fine, especially if it's a family friend. That's not something you would see coming. But that's when he takes her the first time. But get this, the parents...
Wow.
Like, after... Like, he didn't come out back that night. You know, they're worried. Like, oh, we should call the police to see. Now, at this point, I might be worried that something happened to them. Like, maybe they were in a car accident or something.
Yeah.
And they got the guy's wife over and stuff. And she's like, don't call the police. And they choose not to. For like 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
So the dude has the girl in Mexico. Because you waited so long. Like 3 or 4 days, they're gone. Like in a kidnapping, you got 24 hours.
Yeah, you do. 48 hours to be alive.
So they waited 4 days before they contacted the FBI. And the FBI is telling them he kidnapped her, and yet they're still going, no, he wouldn't do that. I'm like, look, as much as you're my friend,
if my kid left with you and y'all both missing, yeah, you both better come up dead.
Right, like, 'cause you kidnapped her. Like, I mean, okay, so. Oh man, I don't even. And then get this: the father's affair, right? Remember I said he had an affair? Like it was this, and I'm sorry for 18 plus for people, but the guy they went for a ride, and he's like, he told him like, "Oh, my wife's not satisfying me. I really need some relief." And asked him to relieve him. So the father gave him a hand job in the car, which I'm like...
Wow.
What? There is no friend in the world.
I'm like, I wish my friend would. Like,
we're no longer friends.
I'm like, excuse me. You can go relieve yourself. Don't ask me to do anything.
And I'm kicking his butt in the car. And he's getting kicked out.
I mean, I'm going to punch you in the face, and then I'm going to be like, and then I'm going to get out the car.
Yeah, there's no friendship close enough. I'm sorry.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Yeah, that's just to give you an idea of what kind of people we're dealing with. Just idiotic. Okay. So the kidnapper, right? The girl's 12. He tricks her into thinking that they're aliens from another planet and that they have to repopulate their race.
Okay. No one is just dumb. Is this family special or something?
You certainly seem like it.
Just...
So that happens with her, sadly. So they find them because the guy writes a letter back to the U.S. because they're married in Mexico because the age of consent for marriage down there is 12. Or it was at that time. Because it's in the 70s, by the way. So he writes a letter asking the parents to give them permission to get married in the U.S. Which, of course, they're not going to do. And the kidnapper contacted his brother, and that's how they got to him. His brother got them to, got the kidnapper to tell him where they were. And so he gave that to the FBI. FBI goes down there, catches him, and they get him, right? So they come back. The guy, he tells the girl that the aliens contacted him and they gave him instructions. you know, not to say anything about what happened down in Mexico and not to talk, you know, basically to cover his tracks. So she's not saying anything. You know, of course that works because she believes she's an alien. And, oh boy. She pauses the rape kit because he was smart enough not to break her hymen, apparently.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, who is this guy and what? I don't. Okay.
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 So yeah, the craziness hasn't really started yet, right? So later on, while he's on trial, they get a letter from the kidnapper's wife saying they have to sign these affidavits or he's going to tell everyone about their affairs. And they sign it.
Wow.
So the FBI did not want to drop the charges on him, but now they have nothing to go off of because they have no witnesses.
Okay, people.
So he goes free. Okay, so of course he moves away. He's in another state now. He's working. I forget where he's working, but the daughter goes and begs to go, like for the summer, work with him over where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And the mother puts the daughter on a plane and lets her go work with him. The man who kidnapped her daughter.
So wait. They got her daughter back. They got their daughter back.
Mm-hmm.
And she sent her on a plane to work with the same guy.
Yes.
Okay, the parents should go to jail.
Yeah. Not only that, the mother had an affair with the guy for 8 months.
Wow.
After they got their daughter back. So she's having an affair with the man who kidnapped her daughter.
This isn't real. No one does this.
This is real. This is real.
No one is that. I thought watching The Evil Genius was the craziest mess I've ever watched. Have y'all seen this?
No.
It's about a bank robbery that happened in 2003 in Erie, PA.
Oh yeah?
The dumbest, craziest mess. It gets weirder and weirder, and I'm like, no one does this. I'm like, no cop is this dumb, no criminal. It was like basically there's something like, no, we did it. You can't. It was just so strange. Evil Genius on Netflix. Watch it. It's just weird.
Yeah. So they do send the daughter back or whatever, and you know she didn't get kidnapped that time. But I'm like, how do you send her to go work with this guy? How do you have an affair with this guy who
kidnapped your daughter?
So now the daughter is acting real weird because she believes that she has to have a baby by the time she's 16 because she believes she's an alien. And if she doesn't, the aliens are going to like kill her family or use her younger sister in order to have a baby. You know, crazy stuff. So she runs away, of course, with the guy. All the while he's pretending he doesn't know where she is. So yeah. And then get this. When she runs away, because the parents are afraid of people knowing that she's missing yet again, they wait like 3 weeks before they contact the police.
Wow.
I'm like, so they were so concerned with their own like personal like image, because the first time it was the same thing. You're so worried about your own personal image that you let this go on. So, like,
wow.
And so kidnapped again. Right? And this time he had her living in California at a Catholic school. He lied to the nuns and told him he was a CIA agent and all this good stuff, blah, blah, blah. So he lived in Utah while she was in California, close enough so he can travel there on the weekends to see her. And, but far away enough that it wasn't like when the FBI were watching him, they couldn't find her.
Wow.
So yeah, but eventually they were caught. He was arrested, of course, and because the parents would not testify about their affairs they had with this man, he got away again. He got acquitted for everything, all the charges that was brought up against him.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a little bit more to it out there, but I think I stopped watching at this point because I was just like, this is the most insane thing that I've ever watched. Like, and it's a true story. Like, this just doesn't make sense, and their parents just make you angry for real. So I know it's not common.
Some people shouldn't have kids.
Yeah. So yeah, I know it's not comic book related, but I was just like, it was the most interesting thing I watched. So it was the weirdest and most interesting thing I watched. But yeah, I'm going to end it off there. But it's just, goodness gracious. It's called Abducted in Plain Sight. It's on Netflix if you guys want to check it out.
Wow.
I can't. Like, I don't.
My mind is blown. Like,
Right? Like seriously, mind blown. Like, that makes no sense.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. How can you? Yeah. So okay.
That's just stupid. Okay.
Well, at least she can't
Well,
become
that's
an
great.
actress after all this. So hopefully she's doing well. She's fine.
hopefully.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
You know, especially after, she was 16 and she realized that the aliens weren't real and, all that's got to hit you that happened. And like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's about it for what you're doing. So we'll go ahead and end the podcast off here. First, I have to let you guys know about the water festival that we're going to have here in Cleveland. So it's going to be a really good festival for all the rich people. All you have to do is send me $25,000 to my Patreon. That's patreon.com/3drivals.
LeBron gonna be there, Drake gonna be there, Jay-Z's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Water festival,
exclusive Cleveland festival for you to attend. Okay, for anyone that's stupid enough to fall for this is not real. I am definitely telling a false story. There's no festival. Thanks. Okay. Thanks, guys, for listening to the podcast. Of course, next week we're going to be on talking about Lego Movie 2, so make sure you guys tune in for that. And yeah, that's about it. We'll be signing off. Peace out, guys.
Peace out.